So let us get started and let us go through the recap of what we have learned till this time before we get started. Okay. All right. Yeah. So let us start with the day one. So in the day one, we have understood the difference between Pega decisioning versus Pega marketing. So we know that Pega decisioning is used to identify the next best action, and Pega marketing is used to deliver the next best action to the customer. So, next best action is nothing but the right offer to the right customer at right time, right? And we have seen the different types of Pega marketing. So, we have inbound versus outbound marketing. Inbound marketing is where customer initiates the communication, and outbound marketing is the business initiates the communication. That is not nothing but the outbound marketing. So now we have also seen the CDH portals. First we have the main portal that is called Customer Decision Hub. The Customer Decision Hub is where you do most of your CDH implementation, that is a Pega decisioning and marketing implementation. So next we have the Prediction Studio. So the Prediction Studio is where you have the analysis tools like adaptive models, predictive models for your decisioning. So then we have NBA Advisor used for integration between customer service and Pega marketing, right? And we also have the other portal, which is the Ops Manager, used by business users. So then we have also started with the environment setup yesterday. In the environment setup, we have seen what is a node, what is a cluster. A node is nothing but the server, and you can have multiple nodes connected in a cluster. Then you can do the node classification there using Pega services. So we have mainly Pega decisioning services like ADM, DDS, RTDG, and we have real-time stream. All these are Pega decisioning services. ADM is Adaptive Decision Manager, which is used for your adaptive models and predictive models to work properly. DDS is the decision data store, which is used to Cassandra database to work properly. RTDG is real-time data grid used for real-time operations. So then we have seen the context dictionary. As part of context dictionary, we have seen the primary context, which is the main audience, the secondary context, which is the secondary audience, and the associated data, that is nothing but the data that is associated with primary context and secondary context. For example, the customer's loans, the customer's products, and all these things. So that is what we have seen and understood yesterday till yesterday. So any questions still here before we proceed, or is everyone clear?
Sir, in DDS, that passenger data, can you please just once quickly say what is passenger data?
What is Cassandra database, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So that will be covered today. I will tell you today. Okay.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah. So we did not yet cover the topic, so we will be covering it today. Okay. So if no questions on the last two sessions, let us go with the today's session. Before that, let us see the differences between
Hello.
Pega decision. Sorry. Yeah.
Hi, Ravi. Srinivas here. I have one
Yeah.
question. Uh,
Uh,
in first demo session, like you said, like we need to connect to the academy with the Pega credentials, right? Do we need to create our own, or are we going to get any common credentials to log into the academy?
no, you will get the common credentials.
Okay,
Yeah. So we have the common credentials which is mentioned in the academy.
okay, thank
Yeah. So let us go through the differences between Pega 8.7, 8.8, 23, and 24. So, as I have already mentioned yesterday, compared to Pega 8.7, 8.8, and 23, there are certain capabilities added to the Pega latest versions, which is related to the Gen AI. So you can see the Gen AI capabilities are added. Then the most important feature that is added is revision manager and ops manager. So this ops manager is used for business users to request for a new change. For example, there are some 10 products are there. Now the business wants to add some new 5 more products. They can do it with ops manager. Okay, then revision manager is used to deploy these changes which are done by the development team from development environment to production environment. Okay, so that is what the revision manager will do. It's same like a deployment manager. Revision manager is nothing but deployment manager for Pega CDH. Yeah. So revision manager exists in the previous version also, but the difference what I'm telling is it is not part of Pega CDH course before. It used to be a separate topic and separate module. Okay, now they have added it into Pega decisioning course. That is the main change that they have done. Okay, and coming to the CDH assistant, we are going to see that. So then we also have persona management. So first of all, what is persona? See, basically persona is nothing but a hard-coded customer details. See, um, the thing is in Pega decisioning, you will not do mostly development, right? The most major thing that you will be working with is promoting the products to the customers. So you will be promoting some products and offers to the customers. So there is mostly customer interaction will be there. But in production, you will have the customer information, but in the lower environment, the customer information will not be there. Now, how do I test the offers? So for that, we have to create a test customers. So that test customers, we call it as persona. Okay, for example, I want to replicate a customer whose age is above 40 and income is above 10 lakhs. Now I have to create a persona for that particular customer, which is nothing but a hard coded customer details. That is called as a persona. So then we have a new concept that is introduced, which is hot offers. So what is this
Sir,
hot offer? Yeah.
sir, sorry to interrupt. Can you please once again come up with the personal management?
Okay. See, persona is basically a hard coded customer information in a data transform. In the backend, persona is nothing but a data transform. So what do you keep in the data transform is you will hard code all the details for testing purpose, because in lower environments you will have no customer information. Okay, so for example, I am expecting customers with age above 40 should receive life insurance offers. For that, I need to hard code the customer information like dot customer dot age equal to 45, dot customer dot location equal to so and so. Like that, I have to hard code and I have to test it. So this hard coded data transforms which are used for testing are called as personas. Okay, so for different
Yes.
scenarios, you will be creating different personas, which is nothing but a replica of your customer information. That's it. Got it?
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll create it and see in the coming sessions. Now coming to the hot offers. What is this hot offers? See, this hot offers, as the name clearly mentions, right? So these are the offers which will give you more revenue for the business. Which offers will give more revenue to the business? Those are called as hot offers. Then clickstream, I told you right yesterday. See, consider you are working on some website. For example, I'm opening this website. Now, I'm just clicking somewhere, like I'm just clicking on some button like this. I'm clicking on the button, then I'm clicking on this link, then I'm going to some other place. So all this information will be logged in the click stream, like how the customer came to this page, which buttons he has clicked, what did he do. All this information will be logged. So mainly it's like a behavior, activity behavior, so that we can know how the customers are actually behaving when they are going to the website. Based on that, we can try to do some changes. That is what the click stream will do. Okay, that's what the click stream will do. Okay, so these are very good features that are added in Pega 23 and 24. So, any questions on these new topics, at least from definition perspective?
I have a question.
Yeah.
When you say the ops manager is present in Pega 23 and not present in Pega 8.8,
Mhm.
so and
No,
the
I
same,
mean to say in Pega decisioning. So don't
yeah, sorry,
consider as
sorry,
a.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
So
when it is
again,
mentioned,
like I mentioned, right? This is a separate module, not part of the decisioning frame or decisioning course, I can say. Okay. So this used to be a separate feature, separate module, standalone. They did not
as in,
include this. They did not include this in the curriculum for Pega decisioning. Okay, you got it
as
right.
in a different framework, you mean? Ops manager is a separate framework by itself.
It used to be a separate add-on. It used to be a separate add-on, uh, which is not included in the course. It's in the same framework only, but not part of the curriculum.
Okay,
So when I say curriculum, I'm talking from the certification perspective. So previously, you don't need to learn these two things to get certified in Pega decision. Now, these are also mandatory.
okay. And the other quick question is in Pega 23, since the persona management is available and from the backend the testing is able to be done, how is it handled in Pega 8.8, the same testing?
It's the same actually. It's the same, but the thing is, you can manage them and delete them, update them at the same place. Previously, we don't have that option. We have to go to the Dev Studio and we have to delete the data transform and all that. But from the CDH only, you can manage and update them. So that is a change that they have done.
Thank you.
Sir, with respect to customer journey, is it kind of a case type or how it is, like how we
It
have
is like
handled
a life
earlier?
cycle, like a customer life cycle. That means how the customer has to navigate from one place to another place, just like a case life cycle, same like that.
Okay, and earlier we don't have that, or is it a separate module last?
This is also there, but it used to be a separate feature again. It's not inclusive before. Okay, yeah. So I think previously they
Okay,
used to
sir.
call it as micro journeys. Now they are calling it as customer journeys.
Okay.
Yeah,
So if no
Also,
NBA configurations in 8.8, I mean, how they used to handle it?
that's what micro journeys. They used to call it as micro journeys, and not many configurations were there. So they added some additional configurations and changed the names also for
Oh,
this
no,
one.
I'm talking about NBA configurations in 8.8
And
and
this
8.7.
last one, no?
No, yeah, the last one, no NBA configurations you mentioned, right, for
So
8.8.
NBA
So,
configurations is a separate topic. Okay, is a separate topic that they have added. Previously, we used to have next best action designer
Yeah.
with some less features. Now there is a next best action designer and also NBA configurations, some separate topic actually. It's not a configuration or setting. It is a separate topic actually.
Okay. Still, we can use the embed as well as NBA configuration.
Yes, both
Okay.
both of them. Yes. And this is also newly added supporting decisions. Yeah, so let us explore this soon based on the curriculum that we have. Okay, just a high level overview, just to heads up which version you are using, so you can make sure that that is not there and you can work accordingly. That's why I'm giving you heads up here. Okay, so let us go to the next session that we have, which is the application creation. So till now, we have seen the introduction to the Pega decisioning, Pega marketing, what is the difference between Pega decisioning and Pega marketing, uh, requirement before you create the application, how to set up the environment, how to make sure that all the decisioning services are running normally or not. Now, once all these are done, it is the job to create the application. Like most of this below before things, it will be done by the LSA itself, so you don't need to worry. But definitely you need to know what happens. So as part of this entire curriculum, we will be learning Pega decisioning using this banking application, which is called XYZ banking. So we will be taking a banking application to create some scenarios and work on those. But for your assignments, you will be getting a telecom project. Okay, a telecom project is already created for you, which you will be working on in the same cloud version. So the XYZ bank wants to promote various services and products like debit cards, credit cards, loan services to their customers in order to increase the customer value and generate the business revenue. The goal, in short, is to provide the next best action. Next best action means the right offer to the right customer at right time. So that's what is the goal. So, all right, now let us go ahead and see how to create it. Okay, so we'll do that. So, okay. Hmm, okay, not logging it. So you will be getting a assignment by end of the day today for the topics that we have discussed, which you can practically explore and see what is happening. Okay, that's what you can do. Of course, we did not start any scenarios or anything, but you can explore the things that I will share you.
So it is same as the Pega, right? But here just we make use of additional frameworks, right?
Right.
Is there a class tomorrow or?
No, no, there is no class tomorrow. So it is from Monday to Friday only. Okay. Okay. So before it starts, we can learn something else. Okay. So yeah, let us see it. Okay. So this is the Pega Infinity, which we are going to learn in the latest version. You need to go to the Pega Infinity here. So once you go to the Pega Infinity, then you have the login details here itself. Just copy this and paste it, and password is rules. So now welcome to the customer decision hub. So once you log into the customer decision hub, you need to go to the intelligence, go to the prediction studio. So once you go to the prediction studio, all you need to do is just switch to the dev studio. Okay. So application creation in Pega decisioning is same as how you create in the core Pega. So what we do in creating application, you just go to the CDH and you click on new application, right? The application name, and you click on new application. The same thing you will be doing here also. You will be doing here also. But make sure that you ask your LSA whether they have installed the Pega decisioning framework or not. Okay. So once it is installed, then only you will proceed with this particular option, that is new application creation. So what I'm doing, I'm clicking on CDH, new application. Okay, so then we have a few options here. What we can do is we have to select build, build from scratch. Okay, just a minute. Yeah. So then what you need to do here is we have two options, Pega CDH, Pega Operations Manager. So you need to select the option build with Pega Decisioning Hub. Then you need to select build with Pega Customer Decision Hub. See, CDH is nothing but this only, Customer Decision Hub. Okay. CDH means Customer Decision Hub, which is nothing but our portal where we do the Pega decisioning and marketing. That is a portal. Then I'll say build with Pega CDH. So these options will come whenever you install the Pega decisioning framework. Then only this build with Pega decisioning hub will come. Otherwise, it will not come. Okay. So the very good thing is starting from 8.8. Okay. Remember this thing. Starting from 8.8, Pega has given a CDH setup wizard which will allow you to create the entire application and the required artifacts by automatically without doing any changes manually. Okay, so this is a very big change, because in the older versions, like if you are using 8.4 or 8.6 like that, you have to manually create all the things like context dictionary. Okay, you have to set up the primary context, secondary context, associated data, all these things you have to do it manually. But from 8.8 onwards, this wizard will take care of the entire application setup. You don't need to do any single thing from 8.8. So let us explore now what are those things that have been automated. Let us see what are those. So I'm clicking on launch CDH setup wizard. See, I did not do anything. I clicked on CDH, new application, build with customer decision hub. That's what I did. Okay. Now this is the wizard screen that I am getting here. So since I have selected create with existing application, I think it will show me this thing. Okay, just a minute. Okay, I'll do one thing. Just create new application again. Build from scratch. Okay, then okay, let us do from here. I'm doing build from scratch instead of build from application. So because already some existing application is there, that's why it is showing the same thing. And we will not take constellation, we will take the traditional UI, because we are not covering any constellation here. Okay, I think it's let's see
Ravi,
this
is it fine to just explain what is the difference between two interfaces?
constellation and traditional.
Yeah, just an overview.
Yeah, this constellation is using React based applications. That means we have to know some certain React JS commands to create the application. Okay, so that constellation is the latest concept that is there, which uh, which will eradicate all the traditional UI and backend code. Instead, it is on the fly. The UI will be loaded using React.js in the backend. That's what it will do. Okay. Okay, so we'll go with this only. Show you again once again. I'll show you. Yeah, we can see it in a separate topic. Okay, we'll do that. Okay. So all right. So let us go. Let's go ahead. I'll just proceed with next. So here we have to give our organization name. Okay, we have to give our organization name. So see, I have taken an example of XYZ Bank. So I'm going to use the same XYZ Bank. So I'm giving the organization name as XYZ Bank. XYZ Bank. Application name I'm giving it as XYZ Promotions. Okay, I'm just giving it as XYZ Promotions. This is what I'm giving. Okay. The intention is this XYZ bank wants to promote their products like credit cards, debit cards, personal loan, housing loan, all those things. That is the reason this is my organization name, this is my application name. So now I'm clicking on the next button. So now what you have to do is you have to select the appropriate industry in the backend for this particular company. Okay. So, for which business you are creating the decisioning application, that framework you need to select, that industry you have to select. For example, you are creating a application for Axis Bank, you will select retail banking, right? For example, you are creating a portal for Airtel, you will create communications, right? That's it. Communications is a telecom here. So like this, depending on your applications industry, you select the appropriate industry. If it is not there, select other. Okay, select other. So mine is banking project. So I'm selecting a banking project. Now, what does this do? How does it matter? How does this industry matter here? So the thing is, based on the selection of the industry, Pega will download certain modules or certain features in the backend. Let us see what are those. So if you see this particular slide, there is some concept called car and X car. So basically, what is that? Car and X car or CAR or X car? See, CAR stands for Customer Analytics Record. CAR stands for Customer Analytics Record. See, it's you don't need to just remember this term. Basically, CAR Customer Analytics Record means the data model used for your decisioning implementation. See, customer analytics record is nothing but the data model that you will use for your implementation. That means, like for example, what is the classes and what are the properties that will be used in your application. So, for example, if you take just for example, if you take a car model, or you can if you take a car for banking applications, the data model will be some fields will be like, for example, credit card monthly EMI, debit card monthly EMI, or personal loan tenure. All this data model will include the classes, tables, and the properties and the attributes for those particular framework, right? For a banking, you will have a data model something like this, right? Like credit card monthly EMI, personal loan tenure, and all these things. Same way, for a telecom business, the data model attributes will be something like, for example, uh, daily mobile limit, mobile data limit, monthly usage, right? Yearly usage, and let us say something like has OTT or not. So all these are data model attributes for a telecom business. So depending on different industries, will have different tables, different classes, and different attributes. All those together, you call it as car. Okay, all those together you call it as car. Car means customer analytics record, which is nothing but the data model that you will use for that particular application. Now XCAR means what? XCAR means extended car. That is extended customer analytics record. See, car is something that you will work with your business, or your business architect will work with your business to understand what all tables are there, what all columns are there, what all fields are there that we will use for our application. In your application, what all are there, the business architect will work with the stakeholders and create the car data. Now extended car is something Pega will provide to you in order to support your car. Okay, so just to tell you or make you more understand, so for example, let us take for banking only. So car is there, that is customer analytics record, where you have, let us say, three tables. Okay, so three tables. One is a customer table, second is the loan information table. Okay, loan information table, and third is the credit card table. Okay, so three tables are there. Now in these three tables again you will have some columns, right, like the first name of the customer, last name of the customer, okay, address of the customer, and again in the loan information you will have loan tenure, okay, loan monthly EMI, like this you will have all these columns and the properties, classes, everything, right? So all these together you call it as a customer analytics record. Okay, this is nothing but basically data model of your application. So the business will provide you, actually you cannot create, right? Business architect will uh, work with business and provide you the data model. Okay, these are the columns that we want, these are the tables that we want, all these things they will inform you. Now XCAR is something Pega will provide to you. Okay, this is nothing but the extended customer analytics record which Pega will provide to you. So for example, if you download the XCAR for banking, you will have some fields like, for example, debit card monthly EMI, okay, credit card monthly EMI, so something like this. Okay, something like this. I'm just not giving exact name, just I'm giving some examples. So what is the advantage of this is you don't need to create all these classes, tables, properties from scratch. Whatever is needed for your application you can create only those. All the needed attributes, classes, tables, exposed columns, everything Pega will only provide to you. You just need to install that in your application. That's it. Okay. So that is advantage, because creating the tables, working with the database team, all these things will take a lot of time. So Pega has already provided you all the exposed columns and the tables and everything they have provided to you. So you just need to simply install that. That is what the XCAR will be available for you. For example, if you come here in the previous versions, you have a XCAR. You can say, for example, car for banking applications Pega. If you just type this, so you can see we have a data model here. You see, you can see I can see right here. This is the link for the Pega marketplace where you can download this. You have to download this. You have to download this manually and you have to install in the previous versions. Okay, you see, one-to-one financial services data model. So what is the purpose of this? What is the advantage of this is already Pega has provided ready to use properties. You see, ready to use properties are there, and context dictionary is also set up. Classes are set up. Everything is set up for you. Just you need to install in your application. So if you are working for a banking project, simply you can use this. Yeah, go
Is
ahead.
this XCAR?
Uh,
Is this XCAR?
yeah, this is XCAR. This is XCAR. So
Okay.
XCAR is what Pega provides. That is extended customer analytics record. Customer analytics record is the term that is within your application, within your business, not from Pega. Okay. So this is a XCAR. Same
So
way, for example, we have. Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
So if we download the X car, like the car will also included in that, or else like we need.
No, no. See, that's what car is something within your application, within your business, not from Pega. Okay. See, business will have some data model, right? They will have their own columns. They will
Okay.
have their own properties. That is the car. X car is extended from Pega, which is given by Pega. See, you will create some 10 properties. On top of that, you need more, which you will take support from Pega. That is a X car.
Okay.
Got it? Yeah.
So by selecting the industry when application creation, right? Like so, these all data models is only going to come, or else like is there any some
Right,
other?
right. That is what. So in the latest version, Pega has already given it to you. It will be part of the wizard. But in the old versions, like this, you have to download and you have to install it. So, for
No, my
example, when I
question is like only the data model is coming up in that industry standards when we selected, or else like some other anything else is also included.
yeah, that will also I'll discuss to you. Yeah, another will be also there. Yeah, first we are checking on this one. So another topic will also be there. So we'll discuss that also. So you see, this is the one for communications framework. So that is for telecom business, right? If you are working for telecom, this is the X car. This is the X car for the telecom business. So the thing is, if you are using a old version, you have to manually download this and you have to manually install this. But the advantage is from 8.8, everything is automated. So depending on the industry that you select, Pega will automatically install the car model from the marketplace. Okay, that's what it will do. Yeah, that's what it is telling. You can just go through this widgets which are having the information also. Okay, you can go through and see. Now, what else? The next
But
thing
other
that will
is
be, yeah,
apart
other
from
actually
banking.
other will install some generic properties, something like
Okay.
customer name, first name, last name, just some generic properties will be there.
So
Nothing,
by
nothing
default, the Pega
specific.
provided only the banking, healthcare, and this one. So other is something any industry which comes into the place, they will use it.
Correct. Any
Correct.
other
Okay.
industry, for example, some e-commerce, right? E-commerce is not there. E-commerce industries, whatever, whichever is not there in the screen, that is coming under other. Now the disadvantage is we don't have specific to that industry. It will give you some generic properties and generic data model like the customer tables, prospect tables. Okay, that's it. That's what it will give. Okay.
So by
Any other
selecting
question?
the correct, so by selecting the correct sector,
Yes.
the X car will be installed automatically in this process. Is this
Correct.
uh,
Xcar will be installed automatically,
so? We
and
don't
you
have to like.
don't have to.
Sorry, yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So like we don't have to manually get the X
No.
car from Pega. So it will be like
Not
selecting the correct thing as correct industry. It will automatically have the X car.
correct. And that is be mindful that this is only for from 8.8, not from the previous versions. So it will automatically get it and automatically install all the Xcar for you. Okay, this wizard will do
From
that.
eight
Okay, the wizard will do that.
from 8.8 from Wizard automatically will do this. So before 8.8, what this getting manually handled?
Yes, we have to do it manually. We have to download and install everything manually.
Sir,
Okay,
can you
okay.
also show us that process? Sir, can you also
Yeah, yeah.
show that
So
process? And yeah,
yes, so we will see it in the next session. Okay, I'll show you how to
yeah.
do that
Okay,
in
sir.
the next session. Yeah. Okay. So now next step, what happens is Pega will create a repository in your shared file system. It will create a separate folder for you that is called file repo. It's a file repo. Now, what is the purpose of this is this repository will export the interactions and also export the decisions. See, interactions is nothing but what? Interaction means Interaction means what? Generally in English term, interaction means communication. For example, I am saying hi to a person, the other person is also saying hi to me, right? That is an interaction, right? There is some communication that is happened. That communication will be downloaded here. What is the purpose of this communication? The based on this communication, Pega decisioning will better predict what kind of offers customers will be interested. Okay, for example, last time when I communicated with the customer mentioned I am interested in cheap products, very low cost products. So then based on this information, Pega decisioning will offer low cost products to him. Now the decisions is nothing but what you offer to the customer, right? What you offer to the customer, that is nothing but the decisions here. Anyways, we'll see that thing. Now let us proceed with the next button.
That file repo
Okay,
name is something we can change, or is it going to be unique?
we can change it from the
Okay.
backend. Yeah, we can do that.
But usually we'll be changing that in any projects, or they will leave it as is.
Not required. We can use it as it is.
Okay.
Most of the time we don't change it. Okay,
This
now next
repo file
option.
will have all the, even not only the interactions, it will also have the configurations, like whatever we develop, like
No, no, it will have only the interactions and the decisions.
okay.
Only that it will have. Okay, so now we are seeing the review of what we have done. So we are creating a XYZ bank application. XYZ bank application. XYZ promotions is the application name. Then we are selecting a banking industry. So based on the banking industry, Pega will download the XCAR model. XCAR means Extended Customer Analytics Record, which is nothing but a data model which contains all the tables and everything. Then next thing that will be installed is NBAD template. So there is also something called NBAD template for banking Pega. So what does it will do? So what does this NBAD template will do is this NBAD template will see just like how the XCAR model, see what the XCAR will do. So XCAR will install all the classes, tables, properties required for uh, that particular industry. Okay. Now what NBAD template will do is it will install all the predefined configurations and some sample offers, sample products, and also some sample what you say like configurations specific to that particular industry. So what does it mean? For example, if you are downloading the NBAD template for banking, it will have some sample products, something like, for example, personal loan, housing loan, right? Premium debit card, Mastercard. All these are related to banking, right? So like this, some sample products, sample offers, and some configurations specific to banking will also be installed. Okay, that is the advantage of this NBAD template. So if you come to the NBAD template and if you click on this icon, you can see what will be installed, right? So you can see here, so you can see credit cards, mortgages, deposit accounts, and you can also see some sample groups are created, mobile banking, deposit accounts. All these sample uh, data will be installed for you. That's what it will do. The advantage, the purpose of this is you don't need to create anything from scratch. Whatever most frequently used is already downloaded and installed for you. Just you need to modify if needed. You don't need to create everything from scratch. Everything is already installed for you. That is the purpose of this NBAD template. Okay, I hope that you understood. If not, let me know.
Sir, is
But
it
all
kind
this
of a
will be
framework application?
Sorry, please go ahead. Not.
Yeah, is it kind of a framework like which we are
It
going to
is
import and
like a
have it in the build-on
configuration.
application?
No, it is like a configuration and pre-imported data. See, you created some
Okay.
tables, you created some columns. In those tables, and columns, some data should be loaded, right? So that is this particular data, NVAD template. It will install some data and also it will install some configuration specific to banking. Okay, so what it will install means like this, like the products, for example, credit cards, debit cards, auto loans, all these things. Now, if you are taking something for a communications, for example, let us say I will search NVAD template for communications Pega. Now, if you see the NVAD template for this one, this will have a separate products and everything. You see here, I have something like mobile upsell. Okay, mobile upsell, bundle, discount. So something related to communication industry. Okay, mobile data. So see these kind of things that will be installed. Okay,
Sir,
so
all
that
these
is the
tables will be created in a Cassandra database?
no. Cassandra database is separate thing. It will not be created there. It will be created in the Pega data only, in the
Oh,
traditional
okay.
database. Yeah.
Sir, had we not selected any of the three specific in this stream, and we have mentioned other industry, then what would have been the NBAD configuration? Like what we
Yeah,
have got?
it will still install, but it will be some generic data. Like I told you, right? For example, customer information, prospect information, some generic, basic. There will be some things that will be common for all the industries. That kind of information will be installed. Okay. Yeah. See, you can try.
Okay,
You can try that when you are practicing. You can try that, and I'll show you how to see. Okay.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Sir,
So
this
nothing
is
special.
parallel to the main application, right? How the connection between the main application and this?
No, main application is different, and this is separate application we are creating. So how the
Okay.
connection means it is interconnected. It will be built on top of your main application. CDH application will be on top of your implementation application.
Okay. While
Okay.
creating this CDH, we need to take the built on as the main
No, it will
application.
automatically do. You don't need to. It will automatically do. I will show you how
Okay.
it is created. Okay. Yeah. So it will automatically create on top of from where you created. I created from CDH, right? On top of this, it will be created. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll start now. So that is about this wizard. See, I'm not doing anything except clicking on start, that's it. Nothing, next button, I'm clicking it. So wizard will take care of all the next steps. I don't need to do any single thing. Just I need to select the options and proceed. But in the previous versions, it used to be very hectic to configure everything. Okay, so I'll tell you what are the challenges that you will face in the old version. That also I'll tell you. Maybe in the next session I'll tell you that. Okay.
Ravi, while this is
Sir,
in progress, I have a question.
sir,
The
Yeah.
screenshot that you have shown earlier on the embed template, by any chance is that available in the Excel format so that we can do the record keeping of all the taxonomies and policies, constraints in a single place?
Uh, I think there is no Excel here. I think right now there's no Excel available.
Okay, so this is not provided in any Excel format by Pega.
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
I can check. Maybe we can download or not. I can check, but I don't think it is in Excel. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
sir, one small question. You said that this CDH applications that we are going to build, it will be in implementation. Did I heard it right?
Right. It will be an implementation application only.
Okay, so while creating the application in the advanced configuration, we'll select the implementation.
Mm, right.
Mhm. Okay, okay.
Correct. See, in the base, you will have your UI kit, right? For example, this is how it will be, right? For example, if you are using the traditional UI, if you are using the traditional UI, in the base will be the UI kit. On top of the UI kit application, you will have your Pega framework. Um, okay, that is, for example, your decisioning framework. And on top of this, you will have your, sorry, I think so. Sorry for that. Yeah, this is the ordination framework. Below this, you'll have ordination framework. On top of the ordination framework, you'll have the Pega framework, and on top of this, you'll have the implementation application. That is the CDH implement. See, this will be a separate application. Okay, if you're confused, let me know, or I'll show you once it is created. So it will be a separate application. This application which you are creating will be a separate application, and it will be built on top of your organization framework and your Pega framework. So this will be a CDH implementation application, or you can say CDH implementation application. And then you will have your BPM application separately. Okay. So if you are confused, like, let me know. This is your BPM implementation application. Now, if you want to interact, okay. So again, here the decisioning framework will not be there. Okay, it will be just simply your UI kit on top of that organization framework, on top of that BPM application. So if you want to interact from this application to this application, you have to again use the service REST or some connector. Okay, you have to use the connectors and services to interact from here to here. So this will be a separate stack. This will be a separate stack. Okay, so once we go to our application, I will show you how it looks like. Yeah. So now you can see that application is being created, and all the rules repository, the data model, you can see the data model is also installed successfully. And right now the context dictionary is being configured. This is the most time taking thing, even when you do it manually also. It will take a lot of time and you will get some errors when you are working on this also. Okay, because it's not straightforward. Context dictionary is not straightforward because you have to create a primary context. Okay, you have to create a secondary context. Then you have to create association rules. I told you right yesterday. That means uh, you have to associate. For example, I have customers as primary context. Customer data is my associated context. How do you link these two together? You have to create an association rule for this table and this table, provided that there is a common column. Using that common column, you have to create an association between these two. Then you have to map that association in the context dictionary. Okay, so all these things will take some time, and sometimes you might get errors also when you are doing it manually. Okay.
Yeah, hi Ravi. Regarding the application, when we created this application, we created it from scratch, right? Or from build on application?
We created from existing application. We selected build
Okay,
from existing application. That existing
okay. So
application is nothing but CDH. This is the one. Okay.
okay, CDH is nothing but the framework now, and whatever created will be implementation.
Right. See, whenever you launch the Pega decisioning and when you install the Pega decisioning application, the CDH will be there by default. And in the
Okay.
CDH application definition, if you come here, there is a checkbox will be there. Okay. So I think it is slow down because of this one. I think. Not sure.
Yeah, means if we build from like if we say if we build from scratch, we need to create an framework, and on top of it, we can create the implementation if we want to do that in that way, according to the requirement.
Right, right. See, for example, if you see this marketing FW is the name of your framework. Okay. Pega
Okay.
marketing FW is the customer decision hub framework name. So if you open this one, okay, if you open this
Okay.
one, you can see the name of the application is Pega Customer Decision Hub. This is the one which we got when you clicked on create new application, right? So in the application wizard, this checkbox will be selected. Show this application in the new application wizard. That means whenever someone is creating a new application, this will be displayed in the list of frameworks. So this option will come. So when you select this option, this
Well,
customer decision hub is coming because this checkbox is selected. Show this self application. If you don't select this
Okay.
checkbox, then this will not come here. Okay.
Okay.
And this will come by default. You don't need to do anything, and you cannot update also. Once you install Pega marketing framework, automatically this application will be installed. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Hi Ravi. What if we select operator, like operator new application?
No application. What is it? I didn't get.
Operator manager. We have other option like Pega operator manager. What is that?
So where you are telling here, where you
Yeah,
are.
new application. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Into new application tab. Yeah, we have other
Hmm.
operator. Pega operations manager.
Operations manager. Okay. So this operations manager is where you create the application to receive your offers. So that also you will be creating. That also will be learning. Uh, this application is needed in order for development team to receive the change requests from the business environment. So I told you what is operations manager. Business people will request for some changes. For example, they want to add a new product, they want to add a new service. How do they do? They will just simply create a request for you and it will come to your work list. So that is again a separate application. That application will be built on top of again your CDH, but that will be operations manager application. Okay. So we'll see that how to do that also. We'll be seeing it, but we need that application also to be created in order to receive the change requests from the business people. Okay, they will use a separate environment called business operations environment, BOE environment. From that environment, they will trigger a request, and that request will come to the Pega. So we will work on that changes, and again we will deploy it. How do we deploy? Using revision manager. Okay, so revision manager is same like a deployment manager. It will deploy whatever the changes that you have done from dev environment to business environment. Okay, all these things we'll be learning in the Pega operations manager topic. Okay, clear or confused?
Ravi, I mean, just a question. Is there any benefit of like either just for the record keeping, not necessary for the whole action? Is it better to keep the record keeping in Jira, or it will be worthwhile to keep in the operations manager?
Uh, which record
The
you're telling?
For the new changes that will be happening in the future for the existing business,
Jira will
just for the
also be there.
record keeping
Jira,
purpose.
Jira will also be there, and change request will also be there. Both will be there. Yeah.
Okay,
So in
so
main, yeah. So both will be created in Jira request also they will create and they will also create a change request because the change request will come to your work list and then you will work on it. Okay.
yes,
So it's like a how you do in your Pega decisioning, like you will route to some work basket and some operator will pick from the work basket and they will work on that. Agent will pick it and they will work on it, right? So that's what you are doing in the operations manager. The business people will send a work item to the work basket, you will pick it and you will work on it and you will complete it. So all the things are done in the operations manager.
So operation manager is nothing but like a end user portal something.
So end user portal, yeah, you can say like end user portal with Dev Studio. Okay, because at the end of the day, whatever the changes that you have to do, you will do it in Dev Studio only, most of them. But to receive that items and to see those change requests that are coming, to see the details and all those, the separate portal is there. That's the operations manager. So once you receive the details, again you can open that item in the Pega Dev Studio and you can work on that. So end user portal will be there and also attached to that Dev Studio will also be there. Both of them will be there.
Okay, so we need to build the two applications in that case. We
No, no,
can't
no.
select both of them,
Same
right?
application, two portals. Okay, portals will be there. Two portals will be there. One portal will be Dev Studio. Another portal will be Operations Manager.
Okay.
Okay, so both are interlinked. Both are interlinked. Okay, that's the reason one application, operations manager application, will have two portals. Operator will have two portals, one application. In the operations manager portal, he will see all the work list items. Then he will work on those changes in the Dev Studio, and then he will resolve in the operations manager once he is completed. Then whatever the changes that he has done in the Dev Studio, he will tag that changes to one rule set and to the revision manager. So then he will click on, okay, I have completed resolve. He will click on the resolve button in the operations manager. Then the revision manager will deploy from Dev Studio to the next environment, like to the QA and to the business environment, like that. Understood? Yeah, operations manager is for all these operations, from change request, creating them, working on the change requests and all those. Revision manager will simply deploy whatever the changes that you have done from this environment to next environment. Understood? Yeah, see, same like thing. Like for example, you are having some interaction portal will be there. You will work on the interaction portal. Then whatever changes that you need to do, you will do it in the Dev Studio. Same like that only here also.
Is it fine to write that on the notepad, Ravi, so that it will be clear?
Okay. Yeah, see, anyways, we'll be learning that, right? We have a separate topic for that, but still okay. See, you will have one operations manager application and two portals. Operator will have two portals. The first portal will be ops manager. Second portal will be Dev Studio. Okay. Then he will log into ops manager to see his work list, whatever change requests assigned to him. Okay, whatever change requests assigned to him. Then he will see those change requests. What are the required changes are there? He will switch to Dev Studio and make the changes, merge to the rule set, and tag the rule set to the revision manager. The revision manager will again be in a separate environment. It's like a pipeline. Okay, it will be a separate pipeline. It will tag the rule set to the revision manager. Then revision manager will deploy to higher environments. Then operator will log into ops manager and change the status to resolved. That's it. Okay, he will get the work in ops manager. He will see what the work needs to be done. He will come to Dev Studio and he will do the work. Then he will merge it. Then once the rules are deployed, then he will change the status to resolved. That's it. Like this, he will keep on getting the work. He will do the changes in Dev Studio and he will resolve the status in the ops manager.
Okay.
Clear?
So
Yeah.
yeah, operation manager application is nothing but like a deployment, like the DevOps application, something kind of.
See, operations manager is not deployment manager. Revision manager is the deployment manager. You are not doing any deployment here, but you are just simply working on the change requests that are coming to you.
Okay, it's kind of pre-deployment, like merging the rule set
Right.
versions and
Right.
checking the conflicts any during the
Yeah.
merge time.
Yeah.
The revision
So
manager is a role, or did he have separate portal to do?
Revision manager will have a separate, just like deployment manager. Okay. So revision manager, same like deployment manager, will be installed in separate environment, and you will have pipelines. Okay, in Pega you will have a pipeline. See, whenever you are clicking on the merge button, you will have some pipeline, right? It will ask for you tagging to a pipeline, right? So when you are merging the branch, so you will tag the branch to the pipeline that you created. So in the pipeline you will mention, okay, in this pipeline you will mention deploy it from dev to QA, from QA to business environment, then from business environment to production. Like this you will create the stages and everything in the pipeline. So while merging only, you will mention, okay, you use this particular pipeline, like that you will mention. So immediately the pipeline will pick up and it will deploy the changes from this rule set in dev environment to the rule set in the QA environment or business environment. Like that it will do. Okay. Anyways, we'll see all these things. Not an issue. No need to worry. But at a high level, did it answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Or
Ravi.
So Ravi, like,
hmm?
yeah, here we are. Like usually developers will take care of change request, right? Since this is decisioning and it is like usually developers will take care of change requests and all, right? So why this operation manager specifically? Like since it decisioning, we need to change some values immediately to production kind thing. We are using this operation manager in between.
No, there are some advantages are there. For example, if something got overridden, you can back up that. You can restore to a breakup point. So like that, some additional features are there in the Ops Manager. Okay, which is not there in our core Pega. Okay, like some restore point will be there, and you can, if the changes are overridden, you can again restore it back. You can take backups. All these things are there in the revision manager, which is not there in our applications. Yeah. Anyways, once we see it practically, you can get more understanding on that. So make sure that you enroll as soon as possible. So today is the last demo session, and whatever we have covered till now, I will share the recordings and the PPTs to you in the group. So make sure that you enroll and complete your enrollment so that we can learn the remaining topics. Anyways, I think this is taking some time. This is expected. It will take some time, but that's what I have mentioned in this also. Okay. But once the application is created, in the next session we will see what all things are created, or maybe we can see it right now if you have time. I think it's already out of time. But let me know if everyone is fine. I can just take 5 more minutes to show you the artifacts. Everyone fine with that or no?
I'm fine, Ravi.
Fine, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So once your application is created, right, it looks same like this, but the application name will be XYZ Bank, but the remaining artifacts will be same like this here only. So mainly we will talk about two rule sets which will be automatically created for you. That is the artifacts rule set and NBAD test rule set. So this rule set will be named after your application name. So your rule set will come something like XYZ promotions dash artifacts like that. So what is the purpose of this artifacts rule set is this artifacts rule set will store all the auto-generated rules in CDH. See, we are basically working in the end user end portal, right? CDH portal. We are working in the CDH portal. When you are doing some changes and some configurations there, in the backend, some rules will be automatically created. So to store those rules, you will have to keep this artifacts rule set open all the time. In every environment, this artifacts rule should be always open. Okay, this should be always open. You see, it's always open. So any changes that you do in the end user portal, that is the CDH portal, it will come and it will store in this particular artifacts rule set. Since it is always open, this can also be used as a production rule set in production environment because this is always kept open. So you can use it as a production rule set also. And any changes that are needed immediately to be done, you can keep it in this artifacts rule set. And this is also on the top of the stack. You can see that it's almost on the top of the stack. And this rule set, which is you are seeing, right? This is actually the operations manager rule set. That means any change requests are coming, right? Those change requests you will be creating and you will be deploying this to this rule set only. Okay, you'll be deploying it to this rule set only. That is the this name that is created, right? This is the operations manager rule set. So again, we will see it, right? Once we create the application, then also we'll see it again. But just I'm telling you at a high level. So then the third rule set that we have is NBAD test rule set. Just before I told you, there is something called persona that we will be creating in our application. That persona is nothing but a test customer. For example, I created a logic saying that all the customers whose age above 40 should receive insurance offer. Now, I need to test that logic. I need to test whether customers above 40 age are receiving the insurance offer or not. So for that, I need to create a persona, which is nothing but some hard-coded customer details. So all those testing related rules you will be keeping in this NBAD test rule set. NBAD test stands for Next Best Action Designer Tests. Anything that is needed for testing purpose, you will keep it in this testing rule set. Okay, used to store the test cases. That is what the main rule sets that we have. Okay, one is the operations manager rule set, second is the artifacts rule set, third is the NBA test rule set. Okay, so yeah, I have mentioned here what is the purpose of each and everything. Artifacts rule set will store all the auto-generated rules in this particular rule set, and it's like a production rule set. Always it should be unlocked only. Okay. Anyways, I think we have to cover some more slides, but we will see it in the next session. And you get the NBAD test I told, right? Any kind of testing, some kind of testing that you are doing, you need to create some rules for testing purpose. Those rules you will keep it in this NBAD test rule set. You don't need to deploy this. This is not for deployment. Only for testing in development environment. That's it. Only for testing purpose you are keeping it here. It will not be deployed. Now, whatever the change requests that are coming from the business, for example, business is saying, create a 2 crore personal loan offer for me. Then you will come to the dev studio, you will create a 2 crore personal loan offer, and you will keep those rules in this particular rule set. That's the operations manager rule set. Whatever the changes that you are doing as part of the change requests, you will be doing it in this particular rule set, and you will say, okay, deploy this through the revision manager. Then it will be deployed. Okay, so that is the purpose of these three rule sets. That is the operations manager rule set, artifacts rule set, and NBAD test rule set. Again, we will be extensively using those, so you don't need to worry. Once we use it, you will come to know more details about that. Okay, any
So
questions? Any
artifact
questions?
rules, artifact rules, what did you say? Which the predefined rules will be there, right? That's what you said.
It is a, yeah, predefined rule set. From the application, it will be created. So this is mainly for storing the auto-generated rules.
Which means that
Yeah,
we will not make any kind of, or will not create any rules in this rule set, because it will
that also
already
you
have
can
the
deploy.
predefined.
That also it's like a multi-purpose use rule set, right? So one thing is all the auto-generated rules will go to this rule set. Along with that, if you want to keep anything related to production changes, you can keep it in this rule set in production environment. Or if you want to keep some rules, mainly it has to be on top of the stack, then also you can use this rule set. Because you see, this is on the top of all the rules below. So if something is present in CDH and if you want to override that, then you can keep it in artifacts only, because this will take precedence. Whatever the rule is there in this rule set will be picked up compared to this one. Okay, we'll see more advantages of that once we create.
Got
You will
it.
understand that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is expected. It will take more time, maybe 5 to 10 minutes more. Anyways, we can meet in the next session. At the time, I will show you the application that is already created for you. Okay. Okay, so fine guys, then I will share the recording and PPT to you. And the good thing is we started providing the appendix. So appendix is something where we are providing some handbook which contains the screenshots and the topics along with the scenarios that we are discussing. Okay, so that you can quickly check the appendix and see the screenshots and understand the thing instead of going through the recording from start to end. Just you can see the appendix and you can proceed with the next session. So please enroll, considering today is the last demo session that we have. So make sure that you enroll before Monday, so that from Monday onwards that will be a separate paid session will be there. But next things next, you will be getting all the assignments, exercises, dumps, recordings, PPTs, appendix, all these things you will be getting it. So please enroll and let us proceed with the next steps. Yeah, just mention in the group that you want to enroll and we will take care with the next steps. Okay. Thank you all.